This FWT Live broadcast of the 2013 Formula Kart Productions Florida Winter Tour is presented exclusively by Ocala Grand Prix. Check them out online at ocalagrandprix.com. Ruwe from Antwerp, Belgium, the number 404, a very accomplished and very determined young man. As when they got here in January, he struggled quite a bit, had big motor problems in Palm Beach, but they did not give up, and he makes his way back to the front of this very stout field in DD2. Those DD2 two-speeds, putting it into neutral and blowing out the rubble, so to speak, as they make their way to the line. And we are racing in DD2. And Ben Cooper gets hung out to dry a little bit as his teammate Kevin Ludi goes by into second. So Cooper on the outside, and it's a tough way around here in Ocala if you're on the outside at the start. Here goes Cooper down the inside immediately by Ludi. So the world champion immediately back into the second spot. Ludi was almost 4 seconds a lap quicker on his slicks this morning in the pre-final over everyone else on their rain tires. So he has a big advantage there. He's already been on slicks on this racetrack today, and everybody else has been on rain, so a significant difference there. As they come across the line for the first time, the gap between DeRua and Cooper is .464 of a second. Kevin Ludi third, Marco DiLeo fourth, and Fritz Leisman rounding out our current top five. Speed up to 6. Daly still 7th. Bisotto 8th. And Jeff Kingsley still rounding out in the 9th position. Yeah, Carl Rickard just pointed something out that we had not thought through, and that is that Ruwe has 18 more laps on his tires than anybody else, so maybe that wasn't the smartest move in the world. But, I mean, I'm sure they've got to have the data on that and would consider that it wasn't a significant risk. There's no way they would take that big a risk unless they got caught out. So it'll be interesting to see. That's a good point, Carl Rickard, that Ruwe has 8. And here goes Cooper down the inside and takes the spot. The world champion to the point now, and we might be seeing, oh, and Ruwe gets bumped. I believe we just saw Ludi run into the back of Ruwe, and it almost looked like something happened to DeRua's car. Ludi ran into the back of him and pushed him up onto Ben Cooper. At least that's how it looked to me. And now we've got a battle at the front between Marco DiLeo and Ben Cooper for the top spot. So 4 cars together down in what we call the tree turn. I believe that's turn 7 here at the Ocala racetrack. And DiLeo goes to the point. And Cooper back to third as he brings Scott Speed with him. So Speed putting it up and goes to the point. Scott Speed, has he been playing possum all day, ladies and gentlemen? Look at this, 3 wide down into the carousel. Cooper goes back to second. They're 2 wide coming off the corner. Speed off the track. Oh, man. Scott Speed getting racy here, ladies and gentlemen. And now fades back. Speed putting it almost in the front, but now fading back. And the challenge is, here comes Leisman with a challenge on Ruwe. Great action here in our DD2 category. Again, I said as we started the race, the numbers may be small in the race, but the quality is high. And look, here we go, another pass as Speed goes back by and is making his way up. It's Colin Daly Jr. also making his way up now. Daly into the 4th spot, so the quick Jamaican. Speed once again side by side with, I believe that's Fritz Leisman, and it is. Kevin Ludi getting shuffled back in all this action. Now Ludi trying to put pressure on Speed. He looks up the inside. They're side by side through 4. Speed trying to challenge back into 5. Ludi now takes the spot. Ludi moving up. Your leader into turn 7 with pressure now from DiLeo. Cooper, the number 1, up to the carousel. A little gap back to the 3rd place car of Ruwe, but here comes Colin Daly Jr., the quick Jamaican, is making his presence known. Fast lap of the race, you got it, Colin Daly Jr., 37.844. No, forgive me, 37.413 for Ben Cooper, but Colin Daly setting his fastest lap that time by as he tries to chase down Ruwe. Scott Speed shown 7th that time by. That's crazy. In a couple of laps, Speed almost leads the race. Now shuffled all the way back to 7th. I'd like to give props to our cameraman, Justin Lee, once again doing a great job picking up the action on the racetrack as the front 3 or 4 drivers fade out, and now he's following all the action, and that is between Ludi and Scott Speed. Speed, the number 441, challenging the number 443 of Kevin Ludi. Ludi, the DD2 specialist from Switzerland, multiple-time national champion, finishing in the top positions at the Euro Challenge in Rotax competition. Ludi on Spirit Racing. So here we go. DiLeo now starting to reel in Marco DiLeo for that 2nd spot. The gap, .321 that time by, and DiLeo visibly closer to the Canadian now for that 3rd spot. Online, we are watching that battle for 2nd. The blue car is Marco DiLeo, followed closely by the teal-colored cart. That is DiLeo, the Belgian, in the 3rd spot. And he is trying to reel the Canadian in and looks to be doing so based on my shot online. Last time by, the gap between DiLeo and DiLeo was a .321. This time by .512, so actually DiLeo having a problem there on that lap and falls back. Actually now having a big problem as he's fallen well back. Colin Daly now under pressure from Kevin Ludi, and Ludi goes by the Jamaican. So the Swiss driver by the Jamaican, now up into 4th. Ludi to 4th. Here comes Scott Speed with pressure on Daly as well. Speed looking down the inside into the tree turn and easily takes a spot, but Colin Daly fights back and they go 2 wide up through turn 7 or 7.1. Let's call it 7B. The kink up to turn 9, or the carousel, or the, what do you call it? The showcase turn. Yeah, Carl's calling it the showcase. I call it the carousel. All right. Now you can see, because things are separating a little bit, our cameraman is looking around for a race, and right now there's really not one. They're all within a few car lengths of each other, but everybody's settled down. Working lap number 12 of a scheduled 24, so we should see halfway to go, and I see Matt Mays with the crossed flags in hand. So halfway here in our final for round 5 of the Florida Winter Tour. Here goes DiLeo down the inside and takes the spot. DiLeo goes to 2nd. So he's working hard as he yo-yoed back and forth between a slight gap and a big gap, and now goes by DiLeo. Working lap 13 of 24. DiLeo into 2nd. DiLeo putting pressure as they make their way through the carousel. He gets his nose right up under DiLeo's cart on the entrance, but then DiLeo pulling away a little bit. And look at this battle for 4th and 5th. Continuing to rage between Kevin Ludi and Scott Speed. And once again, I want to emphasize Scott Speed, although he has been racing karts up at the new Mooresville Motorplex up outside of Charlotte in Mooresville, North Carolina. He has been racing tag karts up there for the last few weeks. He has not been in a DD2 in several years, and I got to give props. Okay, here we go. DiLeo looking up the inside on DiLeo. Really stuffed it in going into the carousel, but was not able to get it done. And now we've got a 4-way battle for 2nd, as all that racing between DiLeo and DiLeo has allowed Ludi and Speed to catch them. So now Marco DiLeo's got a back bumper full of a very determined Swiss driver in Kevin Ludi, who wants into the top 3. Online, we're watching that battle for second. That's Ruwe in second. Marco DiLeo closely behind, and then even closer behind DiLeo, Kevin Ludi. DiLeo's protecting his line down into one, but he'll pay a penalty coming out of turn two because of that. And Ludi goes by. Ludi into second now. The Swiss driver makes his move, and goes into third. Forgive me. I'm forgetting here that Ben Cooper is starting to actually pull away quite significantly, I should say, at the front. The world champion through the carousel now. And then Ruwe in the second spot coming through with Ludi now in third, DiLeo fourth, and Scott Speed pressuring for that fourth spot. Speed goes down the inside, takes the spot. So Speed with a very aggressive inside move and with authority moves into the top four. DiLeo now back to fifth. So the world champion having it all his own way once he got clear of the Belgian. Cooper has taken off. The gap at the line the last time by was 2.9 seconds, so almost 3 seconds, and we'll probably see that grow to over 3 seconds as the battle for second is raging between Ruwe and Kevin Ludi. Working lap 18 of the scheduled 24. Working 18 of 24. Ben Cooper, your leader. Ludi looks down the inside, has contact, and loses the front nose. That has championship indications, ladies and gentlemen, as Kevin Ludi loses the front nose and will be shown the mechanical removal flag, and that has championship implications for that young man. I was literally just going to pull up the points to see where all this is shaking out, and then when Ludi tried his move, and that's going to cost him. Kevin Ludi only 3 points behind Marco DiLeo coming into this race weekend to move into the top three. And that's going to hurt him as he will be shown the removal flag, and Ludi will be coming off. Right behind, here goes Ruwe back by Scott Speed. Scott trying an inside move down into one, momentarily moved up into the second spot, but now Ruwe back to second. Cooper's gap now up to 3.8 seconds, so Cooper just cruising away at the front, completely alone now, able to concentrate on turning quick laps. Ruwe, as you will recall, has 18 more laps on the tires than anybody else in this race, as he was the only driver to opt for slicks in the pre-final. Obviously winning going away in the pre-final, but now paying the price as he is fighting hard, trying to hang on to that second spot. Scott Speed impressing me with a run in third now. For those of you that have been around this sport for a while, you know that Scott Speed made his name in kart racing competition here in the United States before he joined the Red Bull Driver Search Program, and he goes down the inside on Ruwe. They're side by side through 7B, and here comes DiLeo up the inside, and DiLeo goes to second. No, it's Ruwe fighting back off the corner. Marco DiLeo taking advantage of the battle between Speed and Ruwe, and now it's getting quite contentious. This is 3 wide into 2. This is great stuff in DD2. Excellent action here, and here we go. Down the inside goes Speed. He is not giving any quarter to these full-time kart racers, and the multi-time U.S. national champion, former Formula One and current NASCAR driver is taking it to the best, currently running in third. Two to go, ladies and gentlemen. Just 2 laps to go now. We'll keep our eye on that battle. Marco DiLeo currently second. Little separation here between these guys for second, third, and fourth now. Scott Speed comfortably in the third spot. Ruwe fighting hard. Again, 18 more laps on the tires for the Belgian, and that's showing here at the end of the race. Across the stripe with the white flag lap, and Scott Speed has got Marco DiLeo firmly in his sights. DiLeo understands the nuance of this racetrack and protects his line going into one. There'll be another opportunity through the infield section, and then the biggest opportunity for Speed will be down in turn 7. That's the tree turn, where they're coming through turn 6, the left-hander now. Here comes Speed. He's going to try a run at it. He's going to try an outside-inside move and try to make the pass on the exit. And it did not work out for Speed, and Ruwe will probably get the 3rd spot and does. So Speed tried a big outside-inside move coming into the final corner. That didn't work for the pass, and Ruwe was able to capitalize on that move to take the 3rd spot. But a great run, taking nothing away from Scotty Speed. Online, we're watching Ben Cooper receive accolades from the other drivers in the race as the world champion has a dominant win, finishing on the race a full 5.1 seconds ahead. Again, sponsored by PSLkarting.com. Our DD2 Round 5 final is in the books. Okay, I'm now being assured that we have all of our DD2 competitors here, sponsored by our longtime supporters, PSL Karting. Check them out online at PSLkarting.com. And again, they have been here since the beginning, continuing to show support here in DD2. A good, strong run for this young man. We'll get a chance to talk to him about the pre-final later, as it may have been a factor in the final result here in the final. But a good, solid showing for the Belgian. The 404 is Ruwe, is 3rd today. Kasen, come on up. A good, solid run for this guy. Looked like for a moment he was going to get up there and put it on top of the box, but he's got to be happy in a very, very competitive field to come home second. Marco DiLeo is second here in Ocala. All right, again, one winner, and I'm just going to go ahead and announce that he has locked up the championship according to the team, ladies and gentlemen. He is, again, the champion of the Florida Winter Tour. He is the reigning world champion, the only 3-time champion. He is, of course, Ben Cooper is your winner here at the Florida Winter Tour. Ben, when we started the year, a new venture with KMS, is that right, KMS? New venture with KMS. You were so busy, you literally forgot you had a race to come to, but it's turned out all right, huh?
Yeah, it's not turned out too bad this weekend and last weekend, with carrying on with a win from Homestead today. And I think we've sewn up the championship today so I can relax tomorrow and go to Europe next week in Genk when it's going to be a bit snowy and cold to concentrate on the European circuit.
Yeah, that's right. There's for those of you that are not aware, the European Rotax Challenge begins next week at Genk, Belgium, where I think the temperature is about 3 degrees. So it'll be challenging, but fun. That's a beautiful track there at Genk. But back to the Florida Winter Tour. You're certain you've locked the championship. I haven't done the numbers myself.
I've double-checked them, and then we've triple-checked them. I'm pretty sure we've done it. So we're probably like quadruple-check them now to make sure, but yeah.
Of course, the big question then will become, will Ben Cooper race tomorrow? But we won't go there right now. Let's focus on right now, and that's the people that helped you get here.
Obviously, everyone from KMS, Peter Kalman and Michelle Baclair, like Kim Vayat, Chantal Bourgeois, everyone behind the scenes helping out to mean that I can sort of concentrate on racing more these last couple of races. And everybody has helped out Rotax for providing such a great support. Obviously yourself and Florida Winter Tour for such a great event. It's great to be here, and I'm sure we'll be back next year.
Looking forward to that, young man. Congratulations on your win and your championship, his second here at the Florida Winter Tour. Robert Gumpenberger, he was with us last year when he won his first. That's right. Robert was with us last year when Ben won his first Florida Winter Tour championship, and now he's with us here again as he wins his second.